Hi, dear viewers and listeners. I hope life has been beautiful for you. After my journey through the captivating lands of Poland, my path led me to Russia, a vast expanse of snow-covered forests, frozen rivers, and ancient mysteries. Here, under the shimmering northern lights, I discovered a tale that speaks to the power of selflessness and the weight of our choices. I now present to you the extended story of the Frost Maiden and the Three Gifts. Before starting, please subscribe to my channel and activate the bell button to be aware of the next stories. I will be happy with your likes and beautiful comments. Without delay, let's go to tell the story. The Frost Maiden and the Three Gifts. In a time when winters stretched long and cold, and snow piled high on the roofs of little cottages, there lived a poor woodcutter named Ivan and his daughter, Anya. Their village lay nestled deep in the Russian taiga, where life was a constant struggle against the biting cold. Yet, despite their hardships, Ivan and Anya found joy in each other's company and the small acts of kindness that brightened their days. One fateful winter, however, brought a storm fiercer than any the villagers had ever known. The wind howled like a hungry beast, and snow drifts buried the land. Crops failed, game was scarce, and illness spread like wildfire. Ivan, who had always been the pillar of strength for his daughter, fell gravely ill. With no food left and the firewood dwindling, Anya realized that her father would not survive unless she found help. Desperate, Anya decided to venture into the forest. The villagers warned her of the dangers that lurked in the shadows: wolves, spirits, and worst of all, the Frost Maiden, a powerful and mercurial being who ruled the winter with an icy hand. But Anya's love for her father gave her courage. Clad in a thin cloak and armed only with her resolve, she trudged through the snow, her breath forming clouds in the freezing air. As night fell, the forest seemed to come alive. Trees groaned under the weight of snow, and whispers of wind carried eerie voices. Just as fear began to take hold, Anya stumbled into a clearing. The moonlight revealed a sight both beautiful and chilling: a throne of ice, atop which sat the Frost Maiden herself. The Frost Maiden was a figure of ethereal beauty, her skin pale as snow and her gown shimmering like frost. Her hair cascaded like icicles, and her piercing blue eyes seemed to see through Anya's very soul. "Why have you come to my domain, mortal girl?" the Frost Maiden asked, her voice like the crackle of ice on a frozen lake. Anya fell to her knees. "My father is sick, and we are starving. I beg for your help, for I have no one else to turn to." The Frost Maiden studied her in silence. At last, she spoke. "Many seek my aid, but few understand the cost. I will grant you 3 gifts, each with its own test. If your heart remains pure, the gifts will bring great blessings. But fail, and you will be claimed by the frost." "I will do whatever it takes," Anya said, her voice trembling but resolute. The Frost Maiden nodded and waved her hand. The wind swirled around Anya, and when it settled, a delicate silver ring rested in her palm. "This ring will protect you from the cold," said the Frost Maiden. "But beware, it reflects the state of your heart. Let greed or cruelty take root, and its warmth will fade." Grateful, Anya slipped the ring onto her finger. Instantly, the biting cold vanished, and she felt a comforting warmth spread through her. She returned home, gathering firewood and food without fear of the freezing temperatures. Word of her newfound resilience spread through the village, and soon, neighbors began seeking her help. Though exhausted from her own struggles, Anya never turned them away. The ring continued to glow brightly, a testament to her compassion. One evening, the Frost Maiden appeared again, her icy presence filling the small cottage. This time, she handed Anya a mirror carved from crystal-clear ice. "This mirror reveals the truth of one's soul," the Frost Maiden explained. "It will guide you, but you must not let pride or vanity blind you." Anya used the mirror to reflect on her actions, ensuring her choices were guided by kindness and honesty. Curious, she shared the mirror with the villagers. Some were grateful for the mirror's truth, using it to better themselves. Others, however, were angered by what they saw, flaws they wished to deny. They began to whisper that Anya was using dark magic, and envy crept into their hearts. Though hurt by their words, Anya remained steadfast, knowing that truth was a gift, even when it was hard to bear. On the coldest night of the season, the Frost Maiden returned one final time. She held a pendant shaped like a snowflake, its intricate patterns glowing faintly. "This pendant grants a single wish," she said. "But be warned, the wish must be selfless, or its magic will turn against you." Anya hesitated, the weight of the decision pressing heavily on her. She thought of her father, her village, and even the villagers who had turned against her. At last, she made her wish. "I wish for health and prosperity for my father and the village, so no one will suffer as we have." As the words left her lips, the snowflake melted in her hands, its magic spreading like a warm breeze. The snow began to thaw, revealing fertile land. Crops sprouted, and animals returned to the forest. Ivan's health was restored, and the village flourished. The Frost Maiden appeared once more, her icy demeanor softened. "You have passed my tests, Anya. Your kindness and selflessness have melted even my frozen heart. These gifts are now yours to keep, for they are bound to your noble spirit." With that, the Frost Maiden vanished, leaving Anya as a beacon of hope and wisdom in her village. The story of the Frost Maiden and the three gifts teaches us that kindness, humility, and selflessness are the true treasures of life. In a world often consumed by greed and vanity, it is the warmth of our hearts that carries us through even the harshest winters. Remember, dear friends, that the greatest magic lies in giving without expecting anything in return. Until the next story, take care, and be in the shelter of wisdom.